So far, the process has succeeded only with sheep, mice, cows, and pigs, but several researchers have this has already been made illegal in Germany, and is likely to be banned in all Western countries soon. Opponents human chronics tend to emphasize the risk of children being born with severe defects, but there is also a fear that techniques once perfected will be abused in various ways, together with a sense that glorification of life is something sacred and should be left to God. Where the cloning of animals is concerned, however, there is much less opposition. American scientists managed to clone a girl, an endangered Asian species of ox, by implanting a girl embryo into the womb of a cow. Although the baby died 2 days later, its birth was violent, uh, breakthrough which could benefit not only endangered species such as pandas and tigers, but even species which have already died out. When Ras Picardo, a mountain goat, died recently, scientists removed some cells in order to produce clones. Some Japanese researchers are even more ambitious. They hope to clone a mouse using DNA extracted from cells taken from frozen mouse carcass in Siberia or Alaska and inserted into the bone of living elephants. Number 24. Cloning is one of the most controversial aspects of genetic engineering. When an animal is cloned, a twin is created. So far, the process has succeeded only with sheep, mice, cows, and pigs, but several researchers have announced plans to clone human beings. This has already been made illegal in Germany and is likely to be banned in all Western countries soon. Opponents of human cloning tend to emphasize the risk of children being born with severe defects, but there is also a fear these techniques, once perfected, will be abused in various ways, together with the sense that the creation of life is something sacred and should be left to God. Where the cloning of animals is concerned, however, there is much less opposition. American scientists managed to clone a girl, an endangered Asian species of ox, by implanting a girl embryo into the womb of a cow. Although the baby died 2 days later, its birth was hailed as a major breakthrough, which could benefit not only endangered species such as pandas and tigers, but even species which have already died out. When the last Picardo, a mountain goat, died recently, scientists removed some cells in order to produce clones. Some Japanese researchers are even more ambitious. They hope to clone the mother using DNA extracted from cells taken from the frozen mountain carcass in Siberia or Alaska, and inserted into the bone. Oh my! Where are you? This is already Germany and is likely to be banned in all Western countries soon. Opponents of human cloning tend to emphasize the risk of children being born with severe defects, but there is also fear that the techniques, once perfected, will be abused in various ways, together with the sense that the creation of life is something sacred and should be left to God. Where the cloning of animals is concerned, however, there is much less opposition. American scientists managed to clone a girl, an endangered Asian species of ox, by implanting a girl embryo into the womb of a cow. Although the baby died 2 days later, its birth was hailed as a major breakthrough which could benefit not only endangered species such as pandas and tigers, but even species which have already died out. When the last buccardo, a mountain goat, died recently, scientists removed some cells in order to produce clone. Some Japanese researchers are even more ambitious. They hope to clone mammoths using DNA extracted from cells taken from frozen mammoth crackers in Siberia or Alaska, inserted into the bone of a living elephant. Cloning is one of the most controversial aspects of genetic engineering. When an animal is cloned, a twin is created. So far, the process has succeeded only with sheep, mice, cows, and pigs, but several researchers have announced plans to clone human beings. This has already been made illegal in Germany and is likely to be banned in all Western countries soon. Opponents of human cloning tend to emphasize the risk of children being born with a severe defect, but there are also a few that techniques, when perfected, will be abused in various ways. Together with sense that the creation of life is something sacred and should be left to God. Where the cloning of animals is concerned, however, there is much less opposition. American scientists managed to clone a gaur, an endangered ancient species of ox, by implanting a gaur embryo into the womb of a cow. Although the baby died 2 days later, its birth was hailed as a major breakthrough which could benefit not only endangered species such as pandas and tigers, but even species which have already died out. When the last buccardo, a mountain goat, died recently, scientists removed some cells in order to produce clones. Some Japanese researchers are even more ambitious. They hope to clone mammoths using DNA except from cells taken from the mammoth carcass in Siberia or Alaska and inserted into the bone of living elephants. But there also feel that techniques once perfected will be abused in various ways. Together with sense that the creation of life is something sacred and should be left to God. Where the cloning of animals position. American scientists managed to clone a girl, an endangered Asian species of ox, by implanting the girl embryo into the womb of a cow. Not only endangered species such as panda and caribou, but even species have already died out. When the last Ricardo, a mountain goat, died recently, scientists removed some cells in order to produce clones. Some Japanese researchers are even more ambitious. They hope to clone mammoths using DNA extracted from cells taken from frozen mammoth carcass in Siberia or Alaska and insert into the womb of マジ聞こえねえな、最後。Oh, womb of a living elephant. Insert into the womb of a living elephant. Using DNA extract from cells taken from frozen mammoth carcass in Siberia or Alaska and inserted into the womb of living elephants. living elephant, over living elephant, worm over living elephant, the worm over living elephant, insert into the worm over living elephant, insert into the worm over living elephant, insert into the worm over living elephant. Engineering. When an animal is grown, a tree is created. So far, the process has succeeded only with sheep, mice, cows, and pigs, but several researchers have analyzed a plan to clone human beings. This has already been made illegal in Germany, and is likely to be found in all recent countries soon. Opponents of human cloning tend to emphasize the risk of children being born with a severe defect, but they also fear the techniques, once perfected, may be abused in various ways, together with a sense that the potential life is something sacred and should be left to God. Where the cloning the animal is concerned, however, there is much less opposition. American scientists managed to clone a girl, an endangered alien species of ox, by implanting a girl embryo into the womb of a cow. Although the baby died 2 days later, its birth was hailed as a major breakthrough, which could benefit only endangered species such as panda and tiger, but even species which have already died out. When last Ricardo, a mountain girl, died recently, scientists removed some cells in order to produce clone. Some Japanese researchers are even more ambitious. They have to clone mammoths using DNA extracted from cells taken from frozen mammoth carcass in Siberia or Alaska and inserted into the womb of a living elephant. Hey.なあ、今の確認でもするか。Exactly. But there's also a phrase the technique once perfect. Once perfect, it done perfect consists with a perfect 完成させる perfect 動詞他動詞 perfect 完成させる will be abused in various ways 乱用する made illegal being made illegal ああ、状態になってるのか。乱用される be abused in various ways together with a sense という量子に加えという感覚量子に加え be left to God 神に依存する、任す、頼む、頼りにする where another is concerned 何々が関係するところでは where the cloning of animal is concerned 動物のクローニングに関しては何々に関してはって前もってるなんだっけas far as concerned 何々に関する限り as far as ほにゃらら is concerned 何々に関する限り as far as is concerned 何々に関する限りで、こっちは where ほにゃらら is concerned 何々に関しては何々に関係するとこイコールやな。書いとこイコール as far as ほにゃらら is concerned concerned as far as ほにゃらら concerned is concerned however there is much less まあはるかにマッチなレスなわけだから強調してるわけや less opposition 反対意見がかなり少ない much less opposition American Senate managed to なんとかして from a girl implanting まああんまむずくない Cloning is one of the most controversial aspects of genetic engineering. When animals cloned, the gene is cloned over the processors それがやり方は成功した only with sheep. Sheep, mice, cow, and pig だけ成功している。But several researchers have announced plan to clone human beings. 何人かが発表してる、やりてえと、人間のクローン作りてえと発表してる。This has already been made illegal in Germany. これはすでに been made illegal. なるほどね。made illegal. 法律違反とされている。in Germany and likely to be banned in all Western countries. Opponents of human cloning tend to emphasize the risk of children being born with severe effects, but there's also fear. 恐れ、懸念、恐れ、不安。The fear that the technique, once perfect, が一旦完成したら will be appears in various ways 様々な方法でラインドされるだろう。Articles with sense こういう考えにを伴って、The creation of life is 違うか。関係代名詞はここまでなのか。で、together with こういう考えを伴って、there is also fear、不安というか、恐怖があると。Together with the sense that the creation of life is something sacred and should be left to God.